27, what a great game. I tell you what, I never had so much fun in my life doing a football game, guys. How about you guys?
That is the best football game I've seen all season. I love football.
I concur absolutely. I was on the edge of my seat the whole game. Just fundamental football, great game, exciting, best one I've called all year.
Well, 41-27, they advanced to play Waterford tomorrow night. We'll be there. We'll talk about that later. We're live from Sully's in the Valley and on WXIZ 100.9 FM. You can watch us on YouTube, Total Media, Facebook, Main Street TV. So if you're listening in or you're at home listening, you can turn us on YouTube. It's Total Media at the address. Facebook, type in Main Street TV and we're ready to rock and roll. History-making season, guys. First ever playoff win, first ever home playoff win. And they're 11-0, chance to go 12-0. And I'm sure if anybody knows this, they can correct me on it. But they have a chance to be 12-0, and no Pike County team has ever done that. As far as we know, in football history, no Pike County team has ever won 2 playoff games, as far as we know, in football history in Pike County. So, congrats to Coach T and the Eastern Eagles. And I'm telling you what, 12 games in a season to win, not too hard for a horse for one season.
No, that's in a league season. You run into the players, high school players, that can say they won undefeated season and won 10 games. You get into 11, and I said last week, this is record-setting territory for these young men that are a part of that. Everything that happens from here on out is record-setting. And I'm telling you, that's going to be tough to beat someday.
It is.
No, I agree. We're watching something special with the season. They're 10-0, then the playoff game last week, and then a chance to just keep making history.
Well, they're the only team left is the Tigers where they lost 37-7 Springfield Shawnee. So if you haven't jumped on the Eastern bandwagon, I strongly suggest you jump on the Eastern bandwagon. And if you want to get a sponsorship, give Deb or Jim or anybody a call out to station 947-2166, 947-2167, and jump on the bandwagon. Without your sponsorship, we go nowhere on the broadcast.
No, that's absolutely right. We got lots of fine sponsors here, but the one I want to point out is you guys are wearing our new gear here from Easten Eagles, and this was taken care of by Elizabeth's Custom Tees and Embroidery and More. I actually contacted them on Tuesday night, had it done today. So they took care of me and then threw in these Eagles hats as well. So if you need any kind of embroidery or t-shirts or hats or whatever, Elizabeth's Custom Tees, they're on Facebook. They've got elizabethscustomtees.com. Check them out. I mean, this is high quality work, high premium stitching. They did an excellent job and took care of me.
Yes, Elizabeth Tees.
Yeah, that's great.
Thanks a lot. I love this hat. That'd be one more, I guarantee it.
I know you talked all week last week about hats, so we have to make sure we got you my tea for that.
Well, we also want to mention that we got a group of people here, from cheerleaders to fans to parents and coaches and players. They got signs made tonight, and I believe the best sign, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, a $25 gift certificate from Sully's.
That's what we were told.
That's what we were told. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
They ran right there to ask for Steve Adams. He says yes.
Again, we want to thank Steve and Sully for putting on the show out here. And as long as the Eagles win, we'll be out here every Thursday night. And hopefully we'll be doing this again next week.
I'd love to get into deep in the heart of November doing these Thursday night numbers and traveling wherever the Eastern Eagles are going to take us.
Well, with that being said, let's talk a little bit. Well, before we talk about last week's game, let's go over the scores from last week.
All right, so your round one area scores for Division III Region 11, just some of the ones that we picked out. Jackson was victorious over Marietta, 49-14. Miami Trace over Hamilton Township, 55-34. Bloom Carroll over Athens, 58-14. Salina over Hillsborough, this is Division III Region 12, 49-7. That's a big game there. The Indian Valley was victorious over Elm, 48-27. That's Division 4, Region 15. Gowdy Academy over Benton County, 34-6. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, that's probably the farthest their season was cut short. Over Division 4, Region 16, Urbana over Uniola, 56-29. Springfield, Shawnee over Waverly, 37-7. I wasn't expecting that. Cincinnati, Wyoming, 42. Washington 0. Cincinnati Taft, 39. McLean 7. Division 5, Region 19. Ironton over Worthington Christian, 56-6. Portsmouth over Fairland, 50-38. Barnesville over South Point, 56-20. Burke over Afrocentric, 34-0. Heath over West, 27-15. Zane Trace over Middleton Madison, 24-14. Going over to Division 6, Region 23, Garaway over Rock Hill, 45-7. Northmore over Cold Grove, 44-22. Nelsville York, 20 over Bel Air, 12. Division 6, Region 24, Paint Valley over Parkway, 37-23. West Liberty Salem over Valley, 47-7. Division 7, Region 27. Of course, your Eastern Eagles over the Shady Side Tigers, 41-27. Notre Dame over Dealsville, 65-16. Rose Central, 31. South County, 21. Fairfield Christian, C1 over Portsmouth East, 54. And I'm going to round out some of the area scores from last week. And obviously the Eastern Eagles victorious over the Shady Side Tigers, and then the Waterford Wildcats over Miller sets up this matchup for the second round of the playoffs. Will be live here in Beaver.
Yes, it will. We can't wait to do it. It was like, I was excited. I just could not wait for tonight or tomorrow night. I mean, it's almost like I'm playing a game. I'll tell you, it feels good. It really does. And what a great community. I mean, this has just been good, not only for the school, but for the parents, the kids, the community, and everybody's behind the Eagles. I mean, everywhere I go, hey man, heard you guys the other night, the Eagles pretty good. I said, yes, they did. And they played real well. I was very impressed with them, and hopefully they'll have a good game tomorrow night. Speaking of which, last week, looking at the quick stats here, from the game, of course, 41-27. I didn't get really nervous until it was 33-27. I'll just be honest, I was a little nervous when it got to that point, because I'm thinking, and I told you guys, we said on the radio, I said, don't give them the ball back. I mean, you either march down the score or march down around the clock. Don't give it back. And I've said that so many times with my Cleveland Browns, oh my goodness. But that being said, the Eagles did just that. And before I go any farther with some of the stats, kudos to the offensive line. Did a phenomenal job. Ford Thomason, Justin Bradley, Ethan Satterfield, Cade Lice, Charlie Williams, Braylon Lamson, and I found out Braylon has moved the tight end and he's never played there till the game. Did a great job. And those guys, let's just face it, guys. I mean, I know they don't get all the pub all the time, but if your offensive and defensive lines don't work, you don't work.
Absolutely. And that's why, point weekend, I know you guys are a little worried. I felt like Eastern controlled the game from the beginning to end. Even when it got a little close towards the end, I wasn't worried because I knew the offensive line was going to come through and they would make plays when they had to. That would happen. So yeah, those guys did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fundamentals, your O-line, like you said, that if you don't have the O-line or D-line, you're not doing anything. So they really take care of business. We talked about that with football Friday night, we're on 6-7. And just how good this team is, how good the O-line is, and just collectively how well they played together, and they were in control the whole game. It did get somewhat fumbled, but they were able to rebound and take care of business and drive home.
Well, fundamentally sound. I mean, other than the fumble and the long pass, I thought they played and executed well. We'll talk about it shortly, but there were several. There were 2 or 3 fourth down plays that come to mind. There were 2 or 3 third down plays that come to mind. And the same way defensively, they had some stops when they needed to get them, they got them. And with that being said, looking at some of the stats, Morton 7 for 18, 159 yards of TD. He hit 6 different receivers. That's what I like.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're spreading the ball around, nobody knows who to stop. Right. On the receiving end, Warner was reception 41 yards and a touchdown. And what a run that was. I mean, that was the first or the second score when he caught the ball and just would not go down.
They turned it into a touchdown. It probably statistically wouldn't have been a touchdown, but he made plays and got the ball in the end zone.
He wasn't going to be denied that touchdown.
Yes,
I think that's what you said on the air. I actually recorded that one. So he wasn't going to be denied that one. That was a play.
White with 3 catches, 36 yards. Life with a catch to start things off. 4th down and 12, I believe.
Yes.
And a 31 yard session that was unbelievable.
I would like, because I've seen the replay, of that. I would love to see the replay. That was a phenomenal catch.
Yeah, that was a great catch. I think I've seen something on social media, and from our vantage point in the booth, it almost didn't look like he made it. But man, he was able to grab it, aware of where he was on the field and keep it in bounds. And, I mean, it was a phenomenal play. I loved it.
They had a nice pic of it in the Watchman where he's holding the ball up. But,
right.
Great stuff. First time back all season, so that was great. Richardson with the reception for Webb with a nice key reception, 24-yard Highsmith, 119. So it's really enough just to keep those guys off balance. I like their pass rush. They were very disciplined, and D-Ray, as you call him, D-Ray stood right in there and took a couple hits, but man, he's got an arm. He really looked good throwing it, and they were a little bit deeper, which is what I like.
Yes.
Because that keeps that zone honest, because you get in behind the linebackers and stuff, and it's room for big plays.
And we had that this week. I mean, it was 31 yards, 24 yards. I mean, just boom, boom, boom. And even when Dylan wasn't passing, he was running, and they just couldn't stop him. And he can kick the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rushing the ball, Morton 12 carries for 58 yards. Ryan Smith, the workhorse again, 17 for 129. Morton and him both with a TD. White with 5 yards and 89 yards. Of course, the big one was the 58-yarder right up the gut. That was blocked so good, it's not even funny. I mean, you want textbook blocking, just take a look at that play, because he went right off the center's butt, right through the middle, and what a run that was. And I tell you, it was just exciting. Of course, Big Brew got the first score of the game on that 2-yard TD. He just plowed over the top, and he was in.
Another one, he just wasn't going to be denied. That was his end zone, buddy.
That was his end zone. You got it. But again, you talked about the big plays, and we'll talk some more with the coach here in a minute. But 41-yard touchdown pass to Warner. Of course, the big 31-yard pass to set things up on the first touchdown by Brewer to Leist. And then I'm going down through here, 58-yard touchdown run by White. A 36-yard TD run. Oh, that's for the other team. Sorry about that. And then, of course, they finished it off with a 3-yard touchdown run. And I'm telling you what, it was just a great game. I mean, what can you say?
No, it was. I mean, the atmosphere, we said that night, it was just kind of electric. It was exciting. We were here on Thursday night. Friday night, coming into the field, being up in the press box, it was just electric being in that environment. Everybody was excited. And I'm telling you, I said it on the air, it's the first time in my life I've ever been in a press box that's moved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
were shaking all night, especially on big plays. They'd stomp their feet, and we were.
You could feel it.
Oh, you definitely could feel it.
Well, with that being said, we do need to take a break, guys. So we're going to take a quick break and come back in a minute or two and talk to first in line, probably Coach T. He's sitting over us, so we're ready to rock and roll. And when we come back, we'll probably pan the audience here when we come back and check out some of these signs they got out here too. So with that being said, take it away, Hot Rod, and we'll be back in a minute.
All righty, can't hear you Eastern fans
Come on,
out
get
there.
loud.
Again, out here at Solly's in the valley, and look at those signs. I'm telling you what, that's some great stuff. Great job by everybody that made one. Of course, the winner gets a $25 gift certificate from Solly's, and Mike, the winner, was that one right there in the middle on top?
I believe so. Am I right there, Mr. Leist? It says Waterford thinks they can beat us. Now that's undefeated fantasy football 11-0. So that's your winner. So congratulations to whoever made that one. That's awesome.
Well, I like the one under too. 2023, the year the Wildcats went extinct.
My favorite one is I like Waterford needs to tell their girlfriends they'll be free next Friday. Yeah, that's awesome.
That is great stuff.
That's great.
Oh, lots of good signs. $5 on the Eagles. I see that one. That's great stuff, gals, and everybody that participated. That's really, really good stuff.
Good job.
But with that being said, go Eagles again to Friday night. Coach T got his own sign out there.
Hey, there we go.
There it is.
I just noticed that one.
Yeah.
I think he did
Yeah,
too.
he probably did. He probably did. Of course, Neil and his wife provided the food tonight.
Yeah, thanks to Neil and Candy Lice, they fed this hungry Eastern Eagles football team, and I'm sure that's going to give them a little bit more extra energy tomorrow to put the nail in the Waterford coffin.
Sounds like a plan. Well, we do have Coach T with us, and Coach, first of all, congrats on a big, I can't say how big win.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Boy, you guys played well. I thought your game plan was great. I thought the kids were ready. The coaches were ready. And you guys made some great calls on some third downs and some fourth downs that were key to victory.
Had some, especially early. I think our first two drives, we went through it on fourth down. A couple of nice calls. Came through big for us. Kids made the plays. Good execution. We were very comfortable. Like I say, when you have a good week of practice, and you've got a good relationship with the kids, you can go for a little more on them situations on fourth down. And we trusted the kids and put it in their hands, and they made the plays.
Well, that's a fact. And how about your O-line all night? They were great.
Dalton said he'd talk tonight. We'll get him on here tonight, but let him tell you a little more about him. But and we knew it. Like we talked about it last week. That was our advantage. We knew we were bigger than them in the trenches. We talked about that on last week's radio show. So we spent a lot of time on our power package. We didn't throw the ball as much the other night. Just we knew we could run it down their throat and control the clock. And I mean, honestly, like I said, we got a little nervous with you guys there when it got 33-27 where it was. But honestly, we were up 2 touchdowns, driving to score to go up 3 and put the thing away. Unfortunately had the turnover, then the broken coverage on the quick strike to tighten it back up. But I mean, that was the only point we felt in control from the opening kick until the end. So that's just a great week of preparation. Can't thank my assistant coaches enough. Evan Ferguson ended up winning the $100 that we talked about for the bet. He beat me by 20 minutes. He had me by 20 minutes on the film study, so he got that. But great job by the coaches on putting a game plan together, and the kids having a great week of practice execution. I've seen the same thing this week. We've had another great week of practice. Execution's been really good in practice. The coaches have a really good game plan for Friday night. Really confident right now, like our chances on Friday.
Yeah, I agree too. I mean, speaking of, fast forward to tomorrow, what I've seen from some of the stats and some of the film that I was able to watch, I feel like the Shadyside Tigers are probably better than the Waterford Wildcats. Maybe not, but that's kind of the way I felt. Even though
two different kind of teams.
Right, you're right.
Waterford's more run the ball, control the clock, run the ball. They got 2 really good, 24 and 33, 2 good power backs.
Yeah.
Quarterback is young. I think he's a freshman, but he's shifty, and they get the ball out of his hands quick. They play into the fact they know he's a freshman. He's a little undersized. So they like to get him out of the pocket on boots and waggles, and he gets it out quick. So it's hard to get pressure in his face. He'll have it out of his hand within 2 seconds. But we've got a good game plan together, a good game plan together for that. We've got several films on them that we broke down. And I really to me, it's a good matchup for me. I told you last week, we don't fare so well with a shifty, quick quarterback that loves to scramble. And this kid, he's surprised with his arm. This kid, when he was scrambling, last week you seen, he would keep his eyes locked downfield. If something popped open, he'd let it fly. I feel like this is a team that we've had this type of offense and defense we've had some success with in the past. I feel like it's a better matchup for us. Yes, I don't know how much whether they're better than Shadyside or not, but for me, I feel like it's a better matchup for us this Friday night.
Maybe that's how I should have put it. Yeah, I felt like
I feel like this is a good matchup.
Yeah, I think
for
it's a
you
good
guys.
matchup for us.
Well, and like you said, his size, that's why they probably roll him out too, because he's going to have trouble seeing over the line. I noticed, I don't think they throw the deep ball very well, so that's good too.
They like they love that level route and then the little 5 and 10 yard out, and he likes to hit that out there on the sideline quite a bit. Once in a while, he will go downfield with it, but he has to put a lot of air on
Yes,
it to
he
get
does.
it down the field.
Yes.
So we've worked on a lot of that stuff this week, reading our keys and actually, we got to take away the running game. If we can get downhill and take away that running game and make a freshman try to beat us, if he can beat us, then then more power to him.
Yeah, more power to him. But one common opponent, Miller, you guys beat him 43-15, they beat him 35-12. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, you really can't compare because that was week 1 for us and week 11 for them. But I will say, when we played Miller, we had 17 kids that night. We did not have Brewer. We did not have Tucker. I think we did not have Brady Moore. We did not have Justin Bradley. We had 4 or 5 starters out that night. We played with about 17 kids, and we still handled them pretty well. So, now we're back to full strength for the first time all year last week with 22 kids. I mean, I don't really compare the two, but like I said, it's another thing that gives us confidence that we know that we can come in and we should be able to take care of business here at home.
Well, the big thing I see, and you've already mentioned it, win the turnover battle, control the line of scrimmage, and we call it big play Betty. Stay away from the big play Betty, unless you're making the big play Betty.
Yeah, and last week, like I said, the quarterback, daggone, had a great scramble there for one of his touchdowns. He ran in 40, but we knew, like I told you last week, I thought it would be about 45-21 or so. I knew they was going to put some points up because the quarterback's real good. I mean, that's probably the best quarterback we've seen. Might be one of the better quarterbacks I've seen since I've been here. The 9 years we've been here, he could not just scramble, but he could throw, and he was a leader. Good heads up, smart type football player. So,
well, history in the making, and how do you keep the guys kind of on the even keel? I know they're 11-0. They don't seem to be. They seem confident, but they're not real arrogant and cocky. I think they got to go about their business. They know they have to. And you've done a good job with that.
We're not a rah, loud, beat our chest type of group. When they roll in on Friday night and they're quiet, then it's a good sign. Like they're focused. They've been focused all week. We honestly, the coaching staff, we gotta keep. We don't really have to keep this group focused. Whether that's good leadership or just they're really still hungry. They want more. They don't want one more win. They don't want all it. They've got goals. They want to keep this thing going for a while. So we honestly have not had to keep them focused and keep them dialed in. They've done a pretty good job of that themselves, just coming to practice every day, ready to go. They're enjoying this ride, and they don't want us to stop just as much as we don't. So
There you go.
I'm with you on that because it's
me
been
too.
a lot of fun.
I don't want it to end either. I like this.
Well, who else is going to chat with us tonight? We thank you for stopping by.
I got Coach Barrow, my defense coordinator from Ironton, Ohio. He's going to come over and talk a little bit. And then our O-line coach, Dalton, said he's going to talk a little bit. I think our quarterback, D-Ray, he's going to talk tonight.
All righty.
So we got a few new ones for you tonight.
All righty.
Well, headset.
We'll take another quick break, and we'll be back with another coach. And you are listening live to the Thursday Night Rumble.
The Thursday Night Rumble.
Thursday Night Rumble.
Thank
live
you
from
guys.
Sully.
Appreciate you coming out again.
Hey, no
Thank
problem.
you, Coach.
We'll be back in a minute. Yeah. All righty, back here at Sully's in the Valley, and it's been a great night, and it's cool, but great football weather, and it'll be like this tomorrow night. But the wind's holding off, guys, and we do have Coach Dustin Barrow here, former Ironton Tiger, former Youngstown State, right?
Yes, sir.
Played for Coach Tressel.
Yes, I did. Yes, it did.
Good stuff. But I want to commend you. I think your defense looked really, really great. That was the first time I've got to see Eastern this year. But obviously, you and your coaching staff, you guys have done a marvelous job with them.
I appreciate that. It's been a work in progress, but the kids have elevated themselves. They trust what we preach and teach out on the football field, and more or less, I mean, I can't say nothing bad about them. I mean, they elevated. They like defense that we put them in and the positions that they make, and they're successful at it. So, and with that, I mean, I'm so proud of them how they've played up to this level right now, especially from coming last year. We was 0-5 in the beginning, and then next you know we elevated. In the next half of the season, we went 4-1, hence they made a first playoff game. So,
Right.
And we took that attitude right there, and we came and brought that into this year. And what I want to do is change a lot of things, especially with the defense, with who we have and who we are as a team, and elevate it and keep going forward and teach what I know about football and things. And so,
Well,
so far it's been successful. So.
Yes, it has. Well, and you're a state champ from the Ironton Fighting Tigers in '89.
Yes, sir.
Well, we always knew. I know we had a lot of respect from Waverly to Ironton. They look like a pro team. I mean, you guys, when we played you guys, it was just you're disciplined, you're well coached, you didn't turn the ball over, you executed your line blocking. I mean, everything you guys did was good, and I can see all this coming with the staff that Eastern has this year. You guys are really looking good.
Absolutely. I mean, Scott's put a great plan together. We as a staff, I mean, we communicate so well, and we don't. I mean, we fight amongst each other, but it's a friendly fight,
Right.
Because we know football and we want to do so much, but we want to put so much on the field, and we trust each other to actually do our jobs and coach these kids at a level to where they're being successful out there. And that's what it's about. It's about them. It's about them having fun. It's about them having the the right positions and being in place and making plays. And so far, I mean, you look at it. I mean, right now we're sitting on 20 interceptions.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought that a small team like Beaver has got 20 interceptions? I call them right now. That's my air patrol.
Yeah, air patrol. I like it. Make a
love
note of that. Let's make a note of that.
That's awesome. So
Air
yeah, that's
patrol.
a stat I didn't know. 20 interceptions.
Yes,
That's
sir.
amazing. And this is your second year at Eastern.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, what do you think? You're 11-0 in year 2, man. That's
I mean,
awesome.
it's a blessing. I mean, I can't
Yes, it is.
I can't do nothing but thank the kids. I mean, they're the one that put coming in the weights, lifting weights, doing what they're supposed to do, doing their job. And then we preach that every day is do your job. Just do your job. And I keep it so simple to where they're playing fast. And if, as you know, I mean, I set defensive goals out every year for the team. And so far, I don't have the my sack goal, but everything else I'm well above my mark. I mean, I would have never thought I would get 20 interceptions by this group of kids. I mean, I'm blessed. I mean, I can't do nothing but just praise them and go for it.
Well, good stuff. But you know what? Well, we kept saying when they tried some trickery on you, some backside reverses and stuff, you guys were right there waiting on it. There was no surprise. You guys were there.
Yeah, we prepare when we do our film. We sit there and we discuss everything. We look at multiple films. I mean, either on YouTube or the Huddle. We find things, and I commend Coach Ferg and Coach Thomas. I mean, they see things. They read. We're on group text probably at 4:00 in the morning sometimes, just talking about football. And that's what the cohesion that you need, especially out of a staff, and then implement that game plan onto to the kids as well.
Well, it's like I've always said, the head coach is only as good as his staff he's got with him, and it's very important to have a great staff underneath. And from what I've seen, you guys are on the money.
Oh yes. I mean, we're prepared for this week. I mean, it's gonna be like I said, playoff football. It elevates every week. So you got to put on your coaching cap, and we've done that. We've got a great game plan for this week, and I think we're ready. I think we're more than motivated to win and go and keep elevating. I'm excited about tomorrow. I mean, I know that these guys are ready. I know they're locked in. I know they're communicating. I know they're doing everything they can to be successful and put a great performance on for you guys. So,
well, we're sure looking forward to it.
Oh,
I know
absolutely.
Brian and Mike and me, we can't wait till tomorrow night.
Yeah, we said it in the beginning of the program. Last week was probably one of the best. For me, it was the best football game I've called. So I was more than impressed. with offense and defense, and these kids, the amount of discipline they're showing, and like you said, they're following the game plan, they're listening, they're watching film, they're meshing well, and it's just great. This is a dream season.
Well, the key thing about last week, I mean, we were never down.
No.
We were never down. We're never out. And the main thing that we preach, especially when I'm on the sideline, is positive. Be positive. Never put your head down. Never sulk or anything. It's the next play. If you make a bad play, it's next play up.
Yeah.
There you
Next
go.
guy go.
Yep.
Next guy. You know, and we had a couple of oofs. You know, long pass. But hey, guess what? Offense came back the next series and scored. Now we're up for 14 again. And so then next, I said, now it's our turn. Defense got in and shut it down. And I commend Jace White. Jace White had a pick late in it and shut the game, and then he nailed it on the 50-yard line, and that right there tells you how smart
Yes.
our kids are
Yes.
now.
Yeah,
So,
we
you know, same
definitely
thing.
noticed that and
That
commented
was-
on that too. Yeah.
That was a excellent play right there,
Yes,
and
it was.
and then we just nailed it out, and there's victory.
Football IQ.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's been great. It's been
My
fun to
man,
watch. You guys have grown with each step and each victory, and we wish you well tomorrow night, and good luck, and go get them.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Coach.
No problem. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
All righty. Well, we're going to come back. We'll take another break. We'll send it over to Hot Rod. We'll be back with Dalton Tomlinson. And the offensive
looks
line,
really
big
excited
guy,
over
he's
there.
ready to go. And let's send it back to Hot Rod and the company, and we'll be back in a minute. At Stolly's in the Valley, great crowd tonight, and thanks to Stolly and Company for letting us put the show on again tonight. And again, as long as the Eagles win, we'll be out here every Thursday night from 6 to about 7:15. Rooting those Eagles on. Joe Hot Rod going down the street. With that being said, we have offensive line coach Dalton Tomlinson, and Dalton, you guys, I already gave credit and read their names and everything, but that offensive defensive line, unbelievable.
Yeah, they've been playing really well. I've got 4 seniors on the O-line this year, if you count Lamerson at tight end. Lamerson, Charlie Williams, Justin, and Ethan. You know, when you're blessed with 4 seniors, like, it's hard to not be able to run the ball. You know, they do their jobs, they're consistent. Obviously, my little brother, Brewer, at left guard, and I have freshman Cade Lice at center. Cade has stepped up this year. He's done really well. He controls the O-line. He makes all of his calls.
Yeah.
He does exactly what he's supposed to do, and as a freshman center, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, sure is. And speaking of making the calls, I mean, there's a lot on that.
Year, and it just comes down to everybody communicating, being on the same page. You want to have a good offensive line, then everybody has to be on the same page. If everyone's on the same page, then we're going to do some really good stuff. We want to run the ball really well. We want to pass protect really well.
So, Coach, how do you make that happen? You know, you talk about everybody being on the same page, and I've heard a lot of the young men talk about doing their jobs and knowing their jobs. So is that something that you do through repetition, or how do you coach that to get a group of young boys, young men, to do what they're supposed to do and not get caught out of position.
Yeah, so after Indy drills every week, I've I've given them 4 different defensive fronts this week. You know, we've covered a 4-4, a 4-2, a 3-3, a 5-1. So like I have to do my job so that they don't get surprised on game day when they see something they haven't seen all week. We have covered everything, and when they see a front that they haven't seen very much of, as long as they know what calls to make and are on the same page, we're going to do some good stuff.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you, that's good stuff because, without the O and the D lines, I mean, it's just like with our sponsorship. If we don't have sponsors, we don't go. Offense doesn't go if the line's not making it go.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you got to say about your offensive scheme of things? Tomorrow night, Waterford, do they pose any kind of issues that
We're going to see a better
of?
box this week. You know, we were bigger than Shady Side. We did exactly what I thought we would do to Shady Side. We're bigger. We averaged 240 pounds on the offensive line, and at the Division 7 level, that's a good weight
Good
weight limit
size.
for them. And when we average 240, we're going to run on a lot of teams, and I don't expect anything different this week. They have a bigger D line. They have a couple of dudes on the D line. They have good linebackers. We're just going to comes down to us doing our job. We have a very good veteran offensive line. We just do our job. We come off the ball like we're supposed to. There's no one that's going to stop us from running the ball. The expectation stays the same every week. You know, the O-line expects to be able to do what we want in the run game, and I don't care who we play, it's going to stay the same. You know, you preach consistently as an offensive line coach because every game, that's the one consistent factor we have to have every game. If we're not pitching and catching very well at wide receiver and quarterback, like we have to rely on the run game. You know, we have to keep the sticks rolling.
So how do you motivate guys that, they don't get all the pub? They're getting some pub for me because I was so impressed. But, they don't get all the pub. How do you keep them going and concentrating on doing their job and being great at their job?
They want to win, you know.
That's a big motivator.
Going into
isn't
week
it?
12, guys, you know. We want to win. We give out the pancake stickers. I count after every game. However many pancakes these guys have, they get stickers on the back of their helmet. You guys can look at it as they walk out on the field tomorrow. They'll have their pancake stickers. Always count pancakes for them. We give out Emma's Frosty Cream cards for the best lineman of the game.
Oh, good stuff.
So, keeps them a little bit motivated, but I think the main motivator is just winning.
Yes.
Winning is fun, right?
Yeah, winning is fun.
Yeah, I remember when my kids were little playing sports, and they'd say, well, we want to have fun. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, no, I want to win because winning is fun. That's why we play this game. Is because
Are you
we
having
win.
fun if you're losing?
That's it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody plays to lose. I don't care what level you're on. That's a fact. Well, Coach D, thanks for stopping by. You've done a great job. Your staff has done a marvelous job. I mean,
I appreciate it.
I've only seen one, going to be 2 games, but we just couldn't believe how well you executed things. We really couldn't because
Yeah, I
was
know.
really good.
We said over and over again, and I said it a lot, fundamental, everything was so fundamental. Players were not cut out of position. There may have been a mistake here and there, but for the most part, everybody was where they needed to be when they needed to be there. And honestly, I don't see that a lot in high school football.
No.
It's almost like we've reached a point where I'm going to get my better athletes to outcompete your better athletes, and so we're okay with sloppy tackles. We're okay with guys not staying home or taking bad angles, and I just don't see that out of this Eastern program. They don't have room for sloppiness.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, we do our best game planning, try to put the guys in position to be successful. And, when we're down to 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, I promise we'll probably run him behind my little brother, We're left guard, and I trust him. I don't care if it's 4th and 1 with the game on the line. I'm sending it to him.
Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Well, good luck tomorrow night, Coach.
Yeah, good luck, Coach.
Go Eagles. And with that, we're going to take another
keep playing, make it as far as we can to the state. Just another game, just to be able to keep playing.
Well, I'll tell you, I thought you stayed in the pocket well, and read the receivers well, and you threw the ball well. I mean, and you, you're upbeat. What did I call it? I didn't even know. Bulldozer. Right?
Yes.
I called you the bulldozer last week when you rambled in and they took about 5-6 guys to town.
Football, is that your favorite?
I don't know. It's up there, but baseball's up there too.
Baseball's up there too. I knew I had to bring that out just to see because I faced him, with coaching at Waverly. He's a good baseball player also. But this is great stuff. We want to mention again before we keep talking to D-Ray, on YouTube, you can get this on YouTube with Total Media. Also on Facebook, Main Street TV. Again, on Facebook, you just type in Main Street TV, and on YouTube, Total Media, and you can see and hear all this. And it's archived, so if you missed it and you had a meeting or something tonight, you can look at it later. But with that being said, how was practice this week?
Practice was good. I think we were all focused. We just had to sharpen things up. Had to get ready for a tough matchup. But I think as long as we do what we're supposed to do and everybody does their jobs, then I think we'll be fine.
Was there any moment last week that you got a little bit nervous about the outcome?
I get nervous for every game.
I was going to ask about that.
Well, so how do you calm yourself down?
I don't even know. Just once that first series is over, I'm pretty good.
So you watch film, you practice, you work on formations. Is there anything you do personally to prepare for a game?
No, not really. Just keep watching film on my own. That's about it.
No superstitions or I got to sleep in this position tonight, nothing like that?
No, not really.
Okay, well, if there is, don't change it up for this week, okay? Because it's worked pretty good so far.
Well, what do you guys say for that offensive line? I mean, I know you don't have the like the pro quarterbacks buy their offensive line steak dinners for protecting them. I mean, what do you do? What do you do for your offensive line?
Emma's Frosty Cream.
Could be.
I don't know. Keep cheering them on.
Yeah.
Keeping me safe.
Well, they're keeping you off your back, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I thought you threw it well and ran it well, and I thought your offense played really good. How about those 3rd and 4th down conversions last week?
3rd and 4th down conversions are really big for us. I mean, even if we do get behind the chains, but I think we'll still be fine as long as, they can't take away our run or our pass. If they take away one, we'll go to the other one. Mm-hmm. No team can stop both of them.
How about that big throw, the first one down to the 2-yard line to Tucker?
And it's good to have him back.
Yeah, that's what we said. I mentioned it. I said, he's in the game now. We'll keep an eye on him. And sure enough, baby, you dialed him up.
Yeah, 4th down.
4th down and 12, that was a big play because like Neil was saying earlier, if you guys don't on that first possession, who knows how it goes. If you turn the ball over and they got it, and they go down and score, who knows how it would have been.
Big momentum shift.
Yes, it was. But I tell you what, the crowd was rocking. How did you like the noise level last week?
Oh, it was good. Just couldn't hear our plays. That's about it.
Well, I'll tell you, that's great stuff. Well, anything or anybody you want to shout out to out here in Radio Land or for watching on TV?
Coaches, offensive line, that's about it.
And they're all here. They're all here.
Yeah.
It's funny. We did some other shows, and nobody ever says anything about their girlfriends or anything. Isn't that funny how that goes? They just they say, hi, Mom, Dad, and, and the girlfriend might be standing right over there, and they don't even mention it.
That's called focus, Andy.
That's focus, that's right.
All right. Well, who's up next? We thank you for coming down, D-Ray, and have a great game tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
Dig it.
Who's up next, guys?
Dig it more.
Oh, yeah. All righty, just put that mic up there by your mouth, you're good to go. All righty, first of all, you were in absolute beast mode. And you got that pass and ran it in. They was not going to bring you down.
But when I caught that ball, I knew they was coming, but if I could just
up, I knew I had a little bit more distance to go. And I just seen that one guy in front of me right before the end zone, and if I could get past him, then I was in.
Well, buddy, it was a great run. I mean, I called it. I don't know if anybody got it recorded, but I kept saying, he's still going, he's still going, he's in! And I mean, I couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it, could we?
No, it was a great run. I mean, like we said, you just were not going to be denied that touchdown, and it was just all effort. So it was great catch and a great run.
Thank you.
Well, that was a big play, but another big play. How about that interception you got in the end? That's a one-handed grab, looked like.
Yeah, I really didn't see it coming until the last second. Just, I was watching everybody, and I look and I see the ball, and I just jump up and grab it, come down with it, and then I had a couple people out in front of me. I had Landon Rhinesmith out in front of me, and I seen him. I told him to go get that block guy in front of me.
Yeah.
He got him and got me an extra 15 yards.
Oh, buddy, that was a big play, too, because they were going in for the score. And you guys had some big plays last week. You know, we call it Big Play Betty. But as long as you got that in your pocket, boy, that's fun. How about the excitement that's in the village right now?
Oh, it's unreal. There's people from other schools coming to the game. I've never thought I'd have that many people, or we would have that many people come to our football game.
Well, buddy, that's really big stuff there because I've already asked everybody this question, I'll go again. Practice this week, everybody ready to roll?
Oh yeah, I think we're ready. Our focus has been there this week. Just switched up our defense a little bit, made it a little bit more crisper to cover their routes and their offense. But other than that, our focus is there, and I think we're ready.
Defensively, offensively, what do you like better?
I think I like defense better.
I know, you kind of seem to be like just a guy looking to hit somebody.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good stuff. Well, defensively, you guys have done a great job. I've only got to see you one time tomorrow night with two. I wish I had seen you guys more, but maybe next year. But with that being said, you know, good luck tomorrow and go get a victory.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
Who's up next over there? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody? Anybody else? Fans?
Come on, Cade. Get in here. Come on, Cade. Come on.
We got dead air time. You got it.
We knew that we had to get the run game going, and because they had good athletes, but we knew that our line was better than theirs.
Well, go ahead.
No, do you have any pregame rituals or anything that you do? Any superstitions?
No.
Nothing, just fundamental football, right?
Yeah.
I like that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I like it.
Well, do you ever have to get on those guys about sustaining their blocks or doing their job? Well, practice good this week?
Yeah, it was good. Everyone's focused in.
So what do you think about the Wildcats coming here tomorrow?
They got some dudes on the line, but I think we can do a good job.
Anything else?
Got nothing.
You got anybody you want to holler at? I know most of them's here, but anybody you want to holler at?
No.
All righty.
Hey, good luck tomorrow.
Freshman, good luck. Cade Leist, the center for the Eagles. Anybody else jumping in? Anybody? I don't care. Neil? Anybody? Who is it? Who are we looking at here? Say your name.
Christian Smith.
Christian
Christian
Smith. Another freshman. So what do you think of this great run you guys have here?
I'm just really happy with everything. Like, this is like the biggest like year Eastern's football ever really had and everything. I'm just super happy to be a part of it and everything.
Well, that is key. It is fun times. The village, everybody, the fans are behind you. Of course, now the media is behind you. And again, you can watch this show again later on if you didn't catch it tonight, live on YouTube, Total Media. Type in Total Media and go to YouTube. You'll find it. Go to Facebook, type in Main Street TV, and you will be able to watch this. I know I went back and watched it last week. It was good stuff, wasn't it, Mike?
It was good, yeah. And I know we're on the Total Media Radio app right now. I don't know if that's gonna be saved to listen to it later, but yeah, definitely pretty cool. So, young man, you're a freshman.
Sophomore.
Sophomore? I thought he was freshman. My bad.
What positions you play?
Cornerback.
Okay. So what do you think? How's your practice this week? What's your preparation?
I'm thinking here.
All right.
Yeah, don't let those guys bug you over there.
I'm like super happy with how our practices like past weeks have been going, like practicing super hard to like definitely excel towards the games and everything.
So your thought on the Wildcats coming to town tomorrow?
I think we're gonna put a whooping to them.
There you go.
long bus ride back home.
Long
That's
bus ride
right.
back home. Nothing wrong with that. Anybody you want to holler at over there or at home?
Wyatt.
He says no.
Boston.
Boston
Eric.
says no.
We need
Anybody
an
else? We got another player coming over. Good stuff, folks. Hey, good luck tomorrow night and thanks.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, tell us who you are so everybody else knows.
My name is Eric Manley. I play defensive end, receiver, and backup quarterback.
All right, he's got some size to him, doesn't he?
Tall, yeah.
A little bit.
Absolutely.
So how about the game last week, your call? I mean, did you ever get nervous about maybe, oh, man, we're not going to get this done?
There wasn't a doubt in my mind.
No doubt in your mind. How about when it's 33-27?
Nope.
The way
That's
we
good.
the way we practiced that week, the effort we put in, there was no way we was losing that game.
All right.
I love that.
That's great stuff. So do you like defense or offense better?
Offense.
Offense?
Score the points, right?
Score the
There
points,
you go.
baby.
Throwing the ball.
Yep, nothing wrong with that. So your coaches have obviously well coached you this season, and especially from what I saw last week. Game plan for this week, how do you guys fare up, you think?
I think we'll do pretty good. How much film we watched, the effort the coaches have put in. Last week, coaches had a competition to see who could watch the most film. And Coach Fergie, the offensive coordinator, beat out Scott by about 35 minutes.
Yeah.
He lost a hundo, didn't he?
He did.
Yep.
It is what it is, but
Yeah.
you got everybody backing you. I mean, it's like you guys are so cohesed with the town and the fans and the media and other schools, and I mean, it's like you're just not going to let them down, are you?
No.
So tomorrow night, any thoughts on that? Wildcats coming to town. What do you think?
I wish them good luck. They're going to need it.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Yeah,
They're gonna
anything?
need it. No, man. Good luck. What grade are you in?
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore, man.
Man,
Tall sophomore.
yeah.
Future's bright.
Well, good stuff. Well, thanks for stopping by, big guy, and good luck tomorrow night and get us a W.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else? Fans? Anybody? Fans?
Yeah, Tucker, come on. Let's go.
Right, who we got here? Cheerleader. We were one. The cheerleaders were supposed to cheer tonight. What happened to that?
I think she's on the clock. She's got the Sully shirt on. Are you working right now?
I am. I'm on the clock.
There you go.
Oh,
so she's
good.
getting paid by the hour. So
Hey.
she's gonna take all night. That's
Well,
awesome.
tell us your name.
My name is Shelby. I'm a senior.
All
What's your
righty.
last name?
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
hmm
Well, good stuff. So, what do you think about this football season?
Honestly, I've been with these group of seniors since my 7th grade year, and I didn't expect it, but I believed them wholeheartedly the whole way. I knew that they could do it, even at Notre Dame when they were down. Boys praying everywhere. I knew that we could do it because they believed, and that's the best part about this football team is that they believe. So.
What grade you in?
I'm a senior.
Senior?
That's right. Yep.
So how do you like cheering for this team?
It can be hard sometimes. It's hard, especially when like sometimes the crowd is like one bad play and everybody's down, and then you got the cheerleaders. It's like it's our job to make sure they know that we're gonna win this, so get back up. But it's like I said, it's kind of hard sometimes.
Well, so how do you guys prep yourselves for this? Because it's a big game, and there's going to be lots of rowdiness tomorrow night. There was last week. I mean, that's got to make you feel good, that everybody's behind you.
Yeah, it's really good knowing that we have a good community around us. We haven't always had that, but we really have noticed that people pick up and people help us through. Like, they feed the teams, they feed the cheerleaders, they come in,
man.
Like, I work at Sully's, and I've never felt so much supported, even through where I work. Like, I'm kind of skipping out on the grill right now, and I'm coming out here. This is awesome. I've never seen this before. This is awesome.
Fun. Yeah, this is fun.
This is fun.
Well, hopefully they'll take care of business tomorrow night, and we'll come back next week, and the crowd will be even bigger and better because we really appreciate this. A lot of fun, ain't it, Mike?
It's just phenomenal. I love the atmosphere, love the energy. I love that you're on the clock on the radio. That's awesome.
That is. That's great stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody you want to say shout out to?
Shout out to my grandma. She was the one that told us that she told me she's been praying for us since the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And she was standing up at Notre Dame telling us that if we didn't try, she was going to kick every one of our butts if we lost. So I just want to shout out to her and the community. So.
Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you.
And have a great game tomorrow night.
You too. Thank
We'll
you.
see you.
Anybody else out there? Oh, we got a young one. Come on. Come on over. All righty. Put that headset on. Put this up by your mouth. There you go.
So what's your name?
Tinley.
Tinley what?
Nip.
Tinley Nip. Well, welcome to the show, Tinley. What do you think of all this?
I don't know.
Well, you know you're on TV right now, don't you?
You want to say hi to anybody?
Annie.
Annie.
What do you think of those Eagles being 11-0, haven't been beat?
Good job.
Good job. You going to be there tomorrow night? What are you going to be doing? Cheering them on? Running around acting crazy?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player?
Jace White.
Jace White.
Jace White.
That was quick.
That was real quick.
Yeah.
All righty. Nothing wrong with that. Thanks, Neil. Well, anybody you want to holler at? Well, I mean, I know you've already hollered at her, but anybody else? Your
No.
boyfriend or anything like that?
No.
No? Are you a cheerleader? Oh. All right. Anybody else?
You go first. He goes, Brandon. You're all going first. You go first.
And who are you, young lady?
Annie.
All right. Do you cheerlead too?
No.
Nope. So what brings you tonight? Just for all the fun? You been going to the games? What do you think of this thing? 11-0. That's pretty darn good. Anybody you want to holler at?
Tinley.
You want to holler? Are you guys in the same grade? You're not? What grade are you in?
Fifth.
Fifth, okay.
You guys are buddies though, right? Yep. So you don't want to say hi to your boyfriend or anything like that out there? Nope. Anything else? How about go Eagles?
Go Eagles.
All right.
Go Eagles, we'll take it.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. Anybody else? Anybody else? Last call. Neil? Close up the shop here. Well, we got another one, looks like.
Oh, wait.
Good
too shy of it tonight.
That's all right. Well, with that being said, Big Dog, we'll probably finish everything up with you. Your thoughts on that game last night?
Well, that was a great game, and I think you got to look at. And you guys been around sports. It doesn't matter what county or state you're in, but when you got a group of seniors like we've got with Dylan, Jace, Tegan, Landon, Braylon, Justin, Ethan, and Charlie, those kids grew up together, and that gives you a core group right there that shows leadership and helps the rest of the team out. And every good championship team you see has got that group of seniors. And then you take Dylan at quarterback, and he's got so many weapons. I mean, how many high school teams have you seen that's got 4 wide receivers or 5 that can go out and catch the quick ones or the long ones? It doesn't matter. If the running game shuts down for a play or two, they can throw the ball. And then you take the Ryan Smith kid, who's just as tough as nails and can run over anybody. So our offensive line, defensive line, you guys have talked about all night long. There's just not that one weak spot that they can take advantage of. And I think there's a good chance we can win one more. And the coaching staff, I mean, you got to say what a great job Scott's done putting this coaching staff together. And when my kids, I'm lucky enough to have 2 boys on the team now that Tucker's back, but you got Caden Tucker coming home every night, just praising the coaching staff and saying nice things about them, and that doesn't always happen.
No.
But when you got kids that enjoy playing for the coaches and they'll work harder for the coaches, and it's just worked out to the perfect season. And I know, when Scott put this thing together several years ago, he goes, I remember Scott telling me this, I assume he'll remember this, when that group of kids is starting in 3rd and 4th grade gets to be seniors and played clear through my program, we'll be ready to win some ball games. And that's exactly what you're looking at with this group of seniors. They were in 3rd grade, I think, when this program started, and they worked all the way up with Scott, for Scott, and he's put together a winning program, and I think it shows.
Well, tomorrow night, Waterford comes to town up by the Muskingum River, way up there. Your thoughts on what the Eagles have to do to win that thing tomorrow night?
Yeah, Caden Tucker had watched a couple games at home. Well, I think it was last night or the night before in Canada. I sit there and watched with them. It's obvious that they got a bigger and better line than what Shadyville, Shadytown, whatever it was.
Shady Side, yeah.
Yeah, Shady Side. They've got the better lines than what they had. But when it comes to skill players, they don't have the skill players
That's what I thought.
Shady Side had. So, we've got a chance to win this when the boys seem focused. Cheerleaders seem focused, fans seem focused, the coaches seem focused, and here's the 2nd place sign. They ended up getting 2nd place, but they put it together, and these girls are 2 of the biggest Jace White fans that you'll ever see.
Yeah, look at
they
that.
go looking for him. Yeah, you can see they go looking for.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, you can ask the one there on the right when the glasses. When she signs her name at the school, it ends with White.
Is that right?
She's in my. There's nothing wrong with setting goals in life, and she's got a big one set there. But my wife's her teacher, and she came home the other day laughing about it. Said that little girl signs her last name as White. So.
Great stuff.
That's a fan, wouldn't you say, Tim?
Oh, buddy.
He's a fan.
And to say I like your coach you have on tonight, I've been trying to recruit Tim out this way for years and tell him how good he look in brown. And I think when you go home and look in the mirror tonight, Tim, you'll see the improvement.
It's good stuff. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a good looking coat.
Elizabeth Tees, thanks to that crew.
They took care of us.
Took care of us. I love the hat. Love the hat.
Well, I'd like to thank you guys again for coming out tonight. Thanks, Solis, for hosting this event. And we just hope that we can do it again next Thursday.
Yep, that's the plan. All righty. Well, thanks a lot for stopping by, Neil, and go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
Appreciate it.
Do we have Brian? Where's Brian?
Where'd Brian go, yeah.
Who is Brian?
Brian Burkheimer. We're going to wrap things up with him, but I don't even
No,
see
Brian
him.
went home.
Did he?
He grabbed a cone, ice cream cone, and headed home.
That's another ice cream cone.
There he is.
Oh, wait a minute.
He must have heard. He must have heard us talking about it. Yeah. We're going to wrap things up. And final thoughts tonight. We'll start with Mike, give Brian a chance to settle in. Mike, great game last week. Looking forward to tomorrow night.
I think that from what I've heard tonight and the preparations and just hearing from the coaching staff and the players, I feel like this Eastern team is more than capable of bringing home a victory here at Beaver and moving on to the 3rd round of the playoffs. I think they're going to have an answer for everything that Waterford will throw at them, and I think they'll be able to make the right adjustments and bring home a victory.
No, I agree 100%. You know, everything we hear tonight is fundamental. The players are ready. The coaches are ready. Everything that can be done has been done. And really now it just comes down to let's get on the football field and let's get it on. I'm excited. I'm very optimistic that Eastern's going to be able to bring home a win. You know, I hate to say stuff like that publicly because I always feel like I'm going to mess it up. But no, after watching them last week, I think they're going to match up better this Friday than they did last Friday. And again, I just think Eastern has the ability to control the game. And really, a part of football is about controlling the game. If you can get your opponent to play the way you want them to play, then, you know, you've got a good chance of winning the game. So I think Eastern is going to be able to do that and bring home a win. And I also got to say happy birthday to my wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was her birthday today. So happy birthday, Rhonda.
Happy birthday, Rhonda. Well, I tell you what, it's been fun. As always, we thank you. The crowd was great. Hot Rod and his crew did a great job on the camera work. Again, YouTube, Total Media, and on Facebook, Main Street TV. Tomorrow night we'll be on the air at 6:30. Who knows if we'll have any kind of camera work. I mean, we're talking about stuff, but who knows? We're definitely going to be on WXIZ, 100.9, 100.9 tomorrow night.
And the Total Media Radio app.
And the
Football Friday kickoff will be playing on 100.9 leading into it. And we actually listened to it after we called in, so it was on 100.9 last week as well. So it's a great show. Make sure to check it out. Lots of good football analysis. And, yeah, it was live and loud and sounded good. And we'll be on the same station on 100.9 tomorrow, Total Media Radio app online.
Well, buddies, or guys, it's been fun, and I can't wait till tomorrow night. Last words?
No last word. It's going to be an exciting game. So if you're listening to us tonight, if you don't have anywhere to go tomorrow, come to Beaver, watch a great football game.
That's right. Mike?
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles. Well, that's going to do it. So for all the crowd and all the hoopla, it'll be Waterford at Eastern tomorrow night. Kickoff at 7 p.m. We'll be on at 6:30. So that's going to do it. We thank everybody, all of our fine sponsors, and everybody working together. For Mike on my left, Brian on my right, this is T. Fred saying so long, everybody, and go Eagles.